Today I'm going to be showing you how to read a ukulele chord diagram. Now, that's going to be one of the first few things you're going to need to know if you are picking up the ukulele, trying to learn something. The chord diagrams are, I'm sure you've seen them before. They're like little boxes with lines horizontally and vertically. It looks a little bit complicated to understand, but it's actually really simple. There are basically two things that you need to know in order to read the ukulele chord chart. The first thing is you need to know which finger to press on the strings. The second thing you need to know is where to place those fingers. Now remember that when you're playing the ukulele, you're holding it this way. You are strumming with your right hand and your left hand is the one that is pressing on the strings, okay? Alright? So, the left hand is the one that's pressing the strings. Now the thumb is not, it doesn't usually press any string, so we don't assign a number to it. So for playing the ukulele, this becomes number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Okay? Now an exercise I like to do is I like to put it on my head without looking at my fingers. I test myself, which is 1, okay, 1, which is 3, 3, which is 4, which is 2. It's a little bit hard to remember because I always think this is number 2, this is number 3, but no, okay? For playing the ukulele, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, once you've got the finger numbering very secured, the next thing that you want to do is to match the position of where you're supposed to press based on the chord chart, okay? So what I like to do for myself is it's really hard if you're playing the ukulele like that and you're looking at the chord chart in front of you to match. So what I normally do, and I find is very helpful, is that I will put the chord right beside it and place it such that I can see very clearly. I'll hold the ukulele in front of me so that I can see and match where the fingering is supposed to be. So for example, I have the C chord. Now you can see that the C chord is on the rightmost string, so I know that it is somewhere along this string, okay? The next thing I want to do is I want to count where is it. So since it's in the 3rd place, I know that it's here. I have to play this one. Now the last thing to check is the finger I'm supposed to use, okay? So I know that I'm supposed to play this string. I'm holding it, I can see that it's this string and this position. Now it says finger number 3. So I count 1, 2, 3. I know I'm supposed to play with this finger. I put my finger, that finger on that position, and then I strum, and that's a chord C, okay? That's the C chord. So it's actually really, really simple. You just have to slowly try and compare your ukulele with the chord chart, okay? Let's try another example, the A minor chord, okay? The A minor chord, A minor. So which string is it? It is on the leftmost string. So it's somewhere along this line. Now which fret is it on? Which position? Is it the 1st space or the 2nd? It's the 2nd space. All right, so I know I have to press this position. Now which finger do I use? I'm using my left hand. Which finger? It says finger number 2, so that's 1, 2. Then I place my finger number 2 on that position. So this is the A minor chord. Alright? So C chord, A minor chord. And try to memorize the positions, practice changing. So an exercise I like to do is to play 4 strums, count 4, and then change. So I go C, 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 pause, 2, 3, 4, A, pause, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can practice changing. Okay, let's do a really difficult one, okay? This one is really complicated. It's the G chord. It has, you have to press on 3 strings, which is a little bit difficult for beginners. So let's figure out the positions first, okay? Alright, so it sort of makes a triangular shape. We can see that. The leftmost string is the 2nd fret, then the next string, the 3rd fret, and the last string here, this fret. So it matches these 3 positions, okay? These 3 strings, 1, 2, 3. Now, you will need to use finger 1, 2, and 3. So 1, if you can see, based on the chart, it should come here. 2 should come here. And 3 should come here. And that's the G chord. Now, one last thing to remember when you're playing the chords is that try not to wrap your thumb around the ukulele like that, because it's not very easy to play like that. Try to allow your thumb to support yourself at the back like this. Alright, not wrapped around, just place it nicely at the back so that it can support your hand and you get this nice space for you to move around. Now when you start the ukulele, it might hurt a little bit to play the strings, to press it hard. Okay, but keep trying, it will get better after a while. Okay?